Good afternoon. It's actually any part of afternoon. Few minutes after I will have to say good evening. Anyway, very beautiful, scenic and nice atmosphere prevailing here. And due to pandemic situation, you know well, we have to carry out our program virtually. This is decision from National University, Ministry of Education. Our Honorable Principal Professor Sir Jafar Ali has advised us to conduct our academic programs virtually. We are discussing about entrepreneurship. I discussed earlier about what entrepreneurship is. But business concept worldwide has been changing to a great extent. New way of administration, new way of entrepreneurship procedure, all the time changing and taking new shape. As per Bangladesh Industrial Policy 2016, large industry means investment 50 or above 50 crore taka and workers not less than 300. But this concept is not worldwide acceptable. In Australia and USA, Canada, their investment concept is very giant. In that point, according to their viewpoint, 50 crore taka is the mere investment. They are very small size, a small scale business. They can invest 50 crore taka. 500 million or concept of billion is their concept. So anyway, some features are there of a small, large scale enterprise. Large scale enterprise, it should be giant in nature, obviously more than the small cottage, small or medium scale industry. I told it earlier, that is, when investment is 50 crore above or more than 300 workers are there working in the factory, then that may be treated as the large scale enterprise. Complex formation, large scale enterprise is not that much easy like the small scale enterprises, say for the sole proprietorship form of business, one man show business organization, or partnership form of business like the when few partners are there, or even it's not like the private limited companies like. So his formation it needs legality, it needs infrastructure, it needs land, building, financial arrangement, skilled workforce, all these things. Then huge capital, I told it. Even if it's a private limited company, then the company owners, the directors, they can invest their number not more than 50. But when it's a public limited company, that's the giant in nature. Authorized capital is generally more than 500 crore. Maybe it can be also authorized capital below 100 crore also. But nowadays 100 crore based public limited company is now rare. And as far as the Companies Act, this should be formed. This should be registered. Then artificial being, obviously, company is an artificial being. Company can run and operate its business activities, financial activities or agreements in the name of the company as a artificial being artificial person. Use capital, as capital is use, so it can earn huge profit, and the source of this company to procure or to acquire huge capital by multiple ways, by taking loans from the banks and financial institutions, from FDI, or from selling out a certain percent of share, bonds, securities, debentures through the stock exchange market. And why permission from the Security Exchange Commission, Central Bank, and also Ministry of Finance. Then more risk, obviously, as huge amount of money is invested in this limited company, and world economy and world business is now in a turbulence. So any time, any moment, if the very strong manner and the right way management can't maintain and operate the business, then it can be declined. That is the situation. So it's very risky also. Large scale purchase and sale for this, as this business organization is giant in nature. So its purchase and sales is done at a huge volume, huge quantity. Then efficient management and operation, positively and obviously. For running such a giant organization, it's not like a small scale enterprise. So skilled and efficient workforce is needed there in running its management. Organizational framework is operated by very skilled, trained, appointed guys. If it's a sole proprietorship form of business, the owner runs that business he himself. But when this organization, giant, multi-varied operations, functions, connectivity, it needs to build up within the organization, outside the organization, even within the country and outside the country, abroad. So there we need a professional management. Opportunity of expansion. This is a giant business. Is having multiplied opportunities. It can enjoy the multiplied opportunities so that it can run its business. It can find out multiple avenues. Also there is a very specialized unit or wing of large scale enterprise, and that is the R&D, research and development wing. They are always working, they are in research to find out new avenues, new manufacturing line, new product line, and searching new markets to extend the market share of the existing products or the upcoming products. Research and development, I told it, yes, it's obvious to attain or to maintain the right quality, cost minimization, or right time manufacturing at the right quantity. So there should have a research and development all the times. To face with the computers or the computers product, those which are coming in the market, this company needs to compete with them for the better sustaining or to maintaining its market share or expanding its market share. So research and development is must and indispensable. Then developing employees' efficiency, yes. We have to conduct under the tremendous competition. We have to face the tremendous competition. To sustain in this competitive market, better what to do. We have to develop skill and efficiency of our workers. And how is possible? Regular training program. It may be on-the-job training or outside the organization. Have to train up workers and employees from the different training institutes or centers. Sometimes for the specialized items and automation, we need to train our workforce abroad to attain the better skill and efficiency, to fight to match their products in the international market even. Then huge administrative expenses. Large scale organization, giant organization, so it needs a huge administrative expenditure to mitigate. Lack of direct relation. Sometimes management, if the company is giant in nature, there are so many workers and employees are there in the organization. And in most cases it's quite tough from the side of the management to operate or to function its activities within the organization. So sometimes employees are frustrated. Even the lower level executives, they can't meet their boss. I mean the senior level GM, directors or managing directors. So sometimes some sort of frustration prevails there. Anyway, some advantages of a small business and causes and success of a small businesses. I need not to discuss these things. You yourself will go through because these are easy things. Better what I like to say, what I like to discuss, these advantages of a small business or the causes of failure of a small business. Oh no, these are the, I will discuss it in the next class. Better difference between a small business and large scale business. In terms of the nature of formation, yes, you know, formation of a small business is very easy in nature. Just merely by a trade license, a small business owner can start his venture. Sometimes some cottage industries are there. They don't have even trade license. Just procuring a certain amount of money as fund, as capital, and he or she can start a venture. But when it's a large scale organization, then positively, even for the initial period, a huge amount of money is needed, capital is needed for the promoters. Huge paperwork, land, building, logistics, paperwork, all these things are highly needed, extremely needed. Then the location. The small scale enterprises are generally for the locality, within the local periphery, and the clients are also within the limited range, near to the factory. But when it's a large scale enterprise, then that cannot be established in the locality. It's separate type of, say for the zone area, a specialized, say in Bangladesh, a specialized economic zone, EPZ area. Like this way, some areas are there where these sort of giant mills factories can be established. And amount of capital is very minimal for the small scale enterprises. But for the large scale enterprises, it's a huge amount of money, several crores taka in our local currency. But if it's a foreign investment, then there is a question of several crore dollars needed. Number of employees at a limited or minimal range for the small scale enterprise. But for the large scale enterprise is not less than in Bangladesh 300 persons. Then flexibility. A small scale enterprise is quite flexible in nature. Anytime, any moment it can be changed or reshuffled. But it is quite tough from the side of the large scale enterprises to reshuffle fastest like that way. And maintaining secrecy, a small scale enterprise, secrecy, both sides this can maintain secrecy. And if inefficiency for the small owner, then they also can't maintain secrecy. Large scale business, secrecy is must and indispensable. Sometimes some workers act as a miscreant. They may pass secret information or messages. Operating cost for the small scale enterprise is minimum because mainly the owner is the manager, owner is the worker, owner. So there is no cost or no salary payment for the owner. But when it is a larger scale enterprise, then obviously specialized persons are there engaged. They are working and operating their activities with a handsome amount of salary package. Sometimes they are hired from the different other factories, mills, so that they are performing well and accordingly they are paid handsome salary. Then size, yes, it's a small in size, that's bigger in size. Larger scale enterprise for the mass production, so that should be obviously bigger in size. Refund investment, yes, refund investment, small scale enterprises, owners can get their money back, investment back very early. But from the side of the larger scale enterprise, it's quite tough. They can't so easily can get back their money. Risks, yes, I told it, yes, a small scale enterprise, yes, investment is minimum, number of workers is minimum, so risk is minimum also. But for the larger scale enterprise, huge risk. Anytime, any moment, there can occur competitors outside from. If the competitor is more giant, technologically more sophisticated, and having the huge investment capacity, and to maintain the giant market, world market, then that will be quite problematic from the side of a certain located country-based larger scale enterprise. So this should have to be kept in mind, how far it's so possible from the side of the investors to maintain their capacity. Suitable field, some suitable best. Generally, a smaller scale enterprises associate activities, sometimes as associate activities of large scale enterprises. They can perform, they can operate their activities. But large scale enterprises, they are to manufacture huge quantity, not only for the local market but even for the outside, for abroad. So mainly they manufacture complete product. Dissolution very easily can be dissolved. A small scale enterprise, my owner did, no problem, then and there to stop the business. As individual one is the owner of a such type of business, so that is not quite possible from their side to stop it with the change, with the date, or with any other legal problem or issue. The small scale enterprise can be stopped and ended. But in terms of the larger scale enterprise, legality is question, burning question. Without legal support or backup, larger scale enterprise cannot be dissolved. Okay. And though there is a difference in size, investment point of view, in terms of the manpower point of view, at the same time in terms of, technology use point of view, in terms of market share point of view, skill efficiency and operation point of view, or the main thing is in the larger scale enterprise generally, there is a separation of ownership. Separation of ownership from management. Management one thing, ownership another thing. Management is isolated, separated from ownership because highly professionalism is stressed here. But a small scale enterprise, this doesn't bother. Owner, manager, management, all these things are same. But these two types of business enterprises are interrelated. they have to extend cooperations to each other. Okay. So these are the situations, and as an entrepreneur, entrepreneurship development, this is a very important thing. Actually, the largest scale enterprises worldwide, they are doing giant business. But even then, the small scale enterprises are also very much popular worldwide. So you want to start a grocery shop, that largest scale enterprise is not here effective. Okay, you want to establish a beef fattening farm, that's not possible. It has been very possible, but a small scale. In Bangladesh, we like to say, more than 20 lakhs small scale beef fattening farms or cow farms are here in Bangladesh, but not more than 50 large scale beef fattening farms or cow farms are here for manufacturing, for producing meat. So this is the scenario prevailing. To form a large scale enterprise needs enough time, legal backup, cost consuming, legal matter concerned and connected, all these things. That is large scale enterprise. Entrepreneurs, those who are interested to establish business, whatever the size, maybe a small, medium or large. But you need to know, you need to go through the realistic point of view, should have the practical experience, knowledge, and that will support you, the ample opportunity, weighing the ample opportunity to start the venture very effectively, fruitfully, and target oriented. Okay? So I wish you all best of luck. Thank you very much.